It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we'll see Kirk Cousins. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Falcons and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there, but we don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the fifth-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Running it after the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
Official foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Going for the first with Dobbins. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. We have an injured player down there, and with his history, we really hope this is nothing serious. It is J.K. Dobbins who was hurt on that one. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They snap it to Herbert. He connects downfield on 4th. Touchdown, L.A. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Falcons, nothing.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out in his 13th season out of Michigan State is Kirk Cousins.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Cousins' first play is going to the air. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Staying with Robinson. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 4. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That's good for a Falcons first down.
Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, Cousins. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 28. Escapes a defender. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Throwing from the gun here. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Finding Hurst.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Completed to Hurst. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hurst there to grab it. And he's tackled for a short gain. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Herbert again. Johnston brings it in. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 3rd and just 2 to go. They give it to Spiller. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Brought in right side by Moore. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Slot man motioned over. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. From the gun, it's Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Gets him 5 back on that 1st down run. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. Looking to throw, Cousins. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Chargers take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. That throw finds Johnston. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
From the 36. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. This give is to Spiller. Breaks through, and he might break away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Herbert back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. J.K. Scott on the punt. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by Deion Henley. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. 7-3 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Another carry for Robinson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Robinson on the inside give. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. We're paused here to deal with an injured player, and this is a significant one. Oh, that's Bijan Robinson getting looked at after the play. Here's Algier on 1st down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll have him gain about a handful there. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go again with Algier. And they had that one contained right at the line. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
To the air, Cousins. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert now. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. The Falcons returning their offense and this running back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Here's Robinson up the middle. He'll cobble together a yard there. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Defense is too much here. The Chargers drag him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, Kate. Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. 3rd and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And he'll signal the fair catch. Brings this one in comfortably right at the midfield stripe. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers will be set up with some great field position here. They motion the tight end over. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Herbert now off the play fake. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a first.
A gain of 12. First down, Los Angeles.
Oh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Running this one left. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Ball start. Offense.
So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Herbert finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
On the return, here's Ray McLeod. And look at this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First down throw for Cousins. Short pass brought in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play good for 17 on a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10, here's Cousins. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away.
The Chargers take over.
Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Herbert now. Blitz coming. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, in a situation like that, I mean, this is perfect situational football. Offensively, just get out of your own end zone. But those defenses, they can just smell it. It's like they taste it, and they know you've got your back against the wall. They're aggressive. They take the ball away. That is a win-win for this defense.
The Falcons ready for their next possession. And they'll only need to figure out a couple of yards here. They're going to start with 1st and goal from the 2. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons parlay the turnover into a lead. Kirk Cousins, the touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Searching well behind the line. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Chargers.
Herbert with a blitz coming. Catch is made down the right sideline. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers take a 2nd quarter lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead.
17. Falcons 13.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. McLeod now returning it. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Now the give for Bijan. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Complete over the middle. He's got a gain of 6 there. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons looking for a score before halftime. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
A gain of 9 yards.
Working from the gun, it's Cousins. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off Cam Hart. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Charger offense making its way to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Deep for the Falcons, Ray McLeod. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the fair catch made here at the 15. No return on that punt. And the Falcons will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 20.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Play action now for Cousins. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They'll run it with Bijan. And he's brought down after getting this up across the 15. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Out comes the Charger offense late in this first half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. Oh, he's going for it again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 22, and it brings up an LA first down. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They've got first down from the 31. Now Herbert to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. 2nd and 15. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. McLeod now returning it. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Cousins out of the pistol here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play. Just like that.
Here's a give to Robinson. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chargers.
Out of the gun, Cousins. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time. That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the 1st.
Automatic 1st down.
First and 10, Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Big man showing up the yards. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the Falcons 12-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Browns kick is up and good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Stopped by Deion Henley.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third, Cousins. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Chargers take possession. The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Buying some time right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers take a 13-point lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. This return starts at the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Cousins. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Falcons will have a first. Now Cousins again. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. He's got a man left. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the Chargers' 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Cousins. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings them to third down. Now it's Cousins. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll get him back to 11.
He's happy to bring them 3 points closer, but I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here comes Davis. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chargers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Throwing on first is Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled by Rook Orororo. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Herbert from the gun. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Falcons back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut.
Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
They kick the running back in motion. Into traffic, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
A 2-yard gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And after the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Herbert. That's complete to Dobbins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
It is caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup, and it brings up an LA first down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. D. Alford getting there for the stop. Back-to-back runs, yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8. They give to Spiller from the gun, and he's brought down for a loss.
When you get stuffed on a 3rd down draw, it's really hard to look at your receivers. You come off the field, Kate, and you find yourself on a different bench because they want the ball. They want to be a difference maker on 3rd and 6+, and a draw going backwards, that makes no friends.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Falcons football, a nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, Cousins. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down throw for Cousins. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Cousins. Pitts brings it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards, and then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The visitors and Joshua Palmer set to go to work again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll find the space he needs to get this up to the 25-yard line. We got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Herbert now. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. Fair catch made here at the 30. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Falcons will take over. Here comes their offense out again. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First and 10, here's Cousins. Dumped off to his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He'll get this complete to Pitts. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Cousins. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Got all of it, and this is good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. And now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Cousins. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
8 yards to go.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. 6 yards on the play gives them 4th and short. We'll see what they choose to do.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo out for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Herbert on first down. Gets this to McConkey. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They give it to Spiller. And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still third down.
It's 3rd and 5 for him after the penalty. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6.
From the 24. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Play action now for Cousins. Got a man. Robinson has it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Now Cousins again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson. And the Chargers have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Running it again with Dobbins. Pushing for the red zone. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers lead by 15 now.
Falcons 19.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Able to get it to Moore. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense in the hurry up here. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect. This one intended for the running back. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
It's 4th down.
Working from the gun, it's Cousins. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 14.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta.
That's good.
Falcons facing a 15-point deficit. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
It's now 3rd down.
That's incomplete left side.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. And they get to him and hold him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Handoff goes to Dobbins, running left. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. We have an injured player down there, and with his history, we really hope this is nothing serious. It is J.K. Dobbins who was hurt on that one. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, they go with Spiller. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Again, it's Spiller. And he'll go down here at the 16. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Chargers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Brown's kick is up and good. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with a West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Atlanta.